Hey, what up everyone? I'm Cool, and this is Everquest Project 1999. And I'm swimming across the river in Nectalis Forest. If you follow the path, there's a bridge, there's a river, and once you cross that, it's a whole nother side of Nectalis that we haven't been to yet. So, you guys haven't seen this side of Nectalis yet. We are heading to the Commons. I think it's East Commonlands is where our destination is at the moment. So, I was recording, and I thought I was anyway. I had recorded my first venture into the East Commonlands and fighting some stuff there, looking at the Ord camp. A magician actually buffed my pet with a damage shield, and I was doing some good killing for, like, 3-4 minutes. It wasn't that long. And I actually got jumped by a couple, like a air elemental, a mummy, and like something else, all at the same time in the sand, and died. So this is a corpse run from Nariak to pretty much the auction tunnel around the sand area there. Um, I really don't even know what the adjacent zones are to East Commonlands. I can't remember. I think Oasis, Kanos, Nariak. Then there's one other one, maybe West Commonlands. I think I just got it. That might be right. Um, but yeah. So I had died, but I thought I was recording when I died. I was gonna show that. I was recording it to show that because I started at Nariak. I was actually at the Wizard Spire. I got level 9 at the Wizard Spire. I was still there. Um, it was okay. It's still okay at 9. Like, if I really, really wanted to play it super safe and get to level 10, I could just stay at the Wizard Spire or the little halfling camp even. Even they're mostly green at that little halfling camp I showed in the first video, part 1. They're mostly green. I still get experience, and the one halfling, the sergeant or whatever, he'll be blue still sometimes, and maybe even white. So I could camp either of the two camps I showed you. I could still do those two even at level 9 if I wanted to play it super duper safe. The only thing that could even take me out at those two camps would probably be if a lesser mummy spawned at the Wizard Spire, because they're still pretty tough because you have to use a magic weapon to kill them. But yeah, I went to the Common Lands instead because I wanted to make an interesting video, and I got there, I started killing some stuff. I went to the orc camp, watched them for a little bit. They had a full group there, and then I went to the tunnel, and then I went over, got a mage gave me a buff. I didn't even ask for it. He gave my pet a buff, a damage shield, which means whenever an enemy hits my pet, it'll do damage to them. Kind of like Reflect in Gems of War or whatever. It's a damage shield. And so I got a little bit too confident, I guess. I didn't mean to fight multiple enemies. It just happened. My pet died, and then I died. And here we are on our corpse run. This is me running to get my corpse. But here is the main attraction of this part 3 video. This is the East Common Lands. This is the tunnel where everyone auctions off stuff they want to sell. Or you come here if you want to buy stuff, and you stand there and you shout out that you want to buy something if you have something in mind. Or you just stand there and look at everything for sale, and maybe you find something that you want to buy. You click on, you see in the chat there, the purple text. If you click on those, it'll bring up like the stats on whatever that is. So if you had clicked on Sarnak Battlehammer, it'll bring up the stats like 30 damage, 40 delay, or whatever. If you click on Sibyllite Scale Gloves, it'll say only for this class, and these are the stats and whatnot. And you can send that person a tell, and just say how much, or if they put the price in their little chat there, their little advertisement there, you'll know how much, and you can say, hey, I'll buy that. But yeah, was going to be a much longer video. This is going to be actually a pretty short video, like a 12-13 minute video of me finding my corpse and showing off the auction tunnel in East Common Lands, and just some of the East Common Lands in general. A lot of stuff for me to fight here, so I probably will actually fight here in part 4. There are like scarabs, however you say it. Some people are making fun of me because I say it wrong. Snakes. There's an orc camp that I could probably go to still. Um, there's good stuff here. There's still undead. There's like their little undead camp as well. So there, on one side is the tunnel, the auction tunnel, and if you go through that tunnel, you get to Oasis, where like the crocodiles, the caiman, um, all that are. And also, I got the sound working in this one, by the way. I don't know if you can hear it very well. We'll see when the video comes out, and then I'll tweak it next time if it's too low or too high, or if you think it's annoying or whatever. Let me know. And I know the mic doesn't sound exactly the same as when I do a Gems of War video. I think it's because I do it on PS4 and my laptop's just not as good for the microphone with the headset. I'm using the same exact headset, believe it or not. And it does sound a little bit different. It like kind of sounds a little bit lower, but it still peaks out a lot with static. I don't know. But yeah, here's my corpse. I died right here. So getting all my stuff. When you die in this game, you lose experience. Like, literally, like a half an hour's worth of experience or so. Maybe a little bit less or a little bit more. Maybe, depends, you know. It depends how much you're fighting and what you're doing. For me, it's about 30 minutes I lose when I die at level 9 here. 30 minutes of progress. So, that's why I was getting a buffer in Nectalis still at the Wizard Spire. I wanted to make sure I had a nice buffer so I wouldn't lose level 9, because you actually can lose levels. And if you don't get your corpse, all your crap will rot too. All your stuff. And you won't have your stuff anymore. That's how hardcore this game is. It does take a very long time, but if you die somewhere crazy, you may never get your corpse back. It's kind of like Dark Souls, where if you die and you don't get your corpse back, you lose those souls or whatever, you know. Kind of the same thing. I guess that's kind of why I like those two games, like Dark Souls and EverQuest. When you die, there's consequences. You just don't. It's not a Lego game. It's not a game where you die, you pop right back up, and the game saves every 5 milliseconds. I hate that kind of stuff. Like, I want consequences if I die. That way, it's more realistic to me. It's more exciting. I'm more careful. All of that stuff. And there's consequences for dying. If you die, you can't just run around like an idiot everywhere. It keeps out all the riffraff, like people that can't, don't have the patience for that, or whatever, or they just want to win all the time. They just want to beat the game. They just want to put in a cheat code. They just want to pay money and win a game. They just want to grind on something easy, which you could do in this game, but you'd have to be very selective with where you fight, and you'd have to be very smart about it. And yeah, I would definitely respect that, but that's about the only thing I just said that I would respect. But yeah, so we're in Common Lands. I wanted to show this cool area of the game. This is a well-known area in EverQuest where everybody stands and auctions off stuff they want to sell. A lot of high-level players over there, probably the top level, the max level. I'm going to come over and look at all their cool equipment in a second. But for now, here is the Common Lands, a nice little view of it. Connected to Nectalis Forest, where we just were, which is connected to Neriak, where we started, the city where we started. So we're a zone away from our home, and we're making our way into the big world. And eventually we'll head through that tunnel and go into the Oasis, probably. I don't know when. I don't know the levels. I don't know. I might start looking stuff up. I might not. I probably will, since I have played this game before. It's not like I'm blind or anything. It's not like there's any spoilers for me, so I probably will actually look stuff up starting here pretty soon. And just make sure I'm going to the right spots and see where some camps are. See what kind of gear I might want to get. But, yeah, Dark Elf Necromancer in Eastern Common Lands. Checking out all these people at the tunnel. Very famous place in EverQuest back in the day. There's always people at this tunnel, any time of day, any time of night. Right now, I think it's almost 1 in the morning, and there's tons of people here still. Even now, on the green server that's been out for a while. Project 1999 has actually been out for, I think, a couple years now. And there's still this many people in the tunnel playing this game, which is awesome. You know, it looks like about maybe, how many people is that there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I'd guess around 30, 35 people in the tunnel or around the tunnel. That's pretty good, you know, for a game that is a emulation of a game from 20 something years ago. And the emulation of the game from 20 something years ago has been out for a couple years now, I think, at least a year or two. And there's still this many people playing it, which is awesome. But yeah, look at all these people. Those high level people there. Look at that little blue robe. Look at that axe. Some of these are low level people, but a lot of them are super high level. This guy, I think that's a paladin. Some good gear on there. That looks like a monk, maybe. A druid. Maybe an enchanter or something. Another one there. Enchanter, maybe. Mage, something like that. I could look it up, but, you know, I wasn't really wanting to know exactly what classes they all were. I just wanted to look at their cool equipment, because that's why a lot of people, some people just come here to show off their stuff. They'll stand here in the tunnel just to say, hey, look at me, look at my awesome equipment that I have. I used to do that. I used to stand here with my level 60 warrior or my level whatever monk. You can duel in the tunnel. You can fight each other. You just do /duel, I think, and both people have to accept, and then it starts a fight. Pretty fun. You can see who would win in a fight one-on-one between two player characters. Look like a shaman there. A little druid, probably. Little druid right there. Little halfling druid. Nobody can see me, by the way. I'm invisible. I mean, they can if they have see invisible on, but look at that paladin. That looks like a worm slayer, I think that's called. I'm not sure. I don't know all the names of the weapons. What else? Maybe a priest right there, maybe? Nope. Nope, that's a rogue. A rogue. A little druid. You'll see a lot of druids that'll be halflings. A lot of clerics that are dwarves. Got a little gnomey there, a little gnome mage or necro or enchanter. Probably an enchanter if he don't have his pet out, but you never know. They don't have their pets out in the tunnel all the time. This looks like some low-level people there, except for that paladin maybe over there. That looks like maybe a monk, I don't know. Maybe an enchanter there, since there's no pet, not sure. Look at this lady. Maybe a shadow knight, I don't know. Pretty cool though. Complete set of rubicite. That's a pretty hard armor set to get. This guy, I don't know what he's doing. He looks pretty plain. Same with that guy. Maybe they're just selling all their stuff that their character has, you know. Maybe they're auctioning off everything, so they're slowly losing equipment. This guy looks really awesome. That's a shaman. It looks like in-game gear there. This guy looks pretty cool too. I don't know what he is. Maybe a necro. Maybe an enchanter. I don't know. But yeah, next time we will definitely be fighting in the common lands here. Or the Oasis. Oasis is coming soon. Common lands, Oasis, stuff like that coming soon. I'm hoping to get in maybe, I don't know, I might group. At first I was thinking I'll just solo everything, because I'll be doing a lot of AFK grinding and playing. As a Necromancer, probably play solo a lot, like 75% of the time, depending on what level I am and where I'm at. But hey, if there's a spot open in a group and I can just sit there and throw my pet at stuff and do an occasional dot, why not? I was looking at these earrings. I was thinking about maybe getting them, but they're 100 plat, and that's all I have. So I would have to spend all my money that I have on that one earring, which would give me 3 intelligence, 3 agility, and 2 AC, which would be good for me, but probably not good enough to spend all my money on, because I need money for spells. Once I hit level 12, I'm going to get Bind, which is a really good spell where you can pretty much set your spawn point when you die. Like, I die, it's where you pop up. That's what bind is. So I can bind myself. I'm not sure, like, where and whatnot. I don't know. I don't think you can bind, like, every... I don't know. You might be able to bind yourself wherever you want. But look at this. I'm clicking on the purple stuff for sale right now in the chat. Short Sword of the Yakesha. I remember that fondly. My warrior used to have 2 of those. I think it actually procs a heal. A mithril 2-handed sword. My warrior used to have one of those. 21 damage, 40 delay. It has haste. So it's a 2-handed sword with haste on it, which makes you go super fast. Attack fast. Just looking at all the stuff for sale here that I'll probably never get. Who knows, maybe one day. And this really isn't Necromancer stuff anyway. Robe of the Ishva. Hardened clay bracelet. Darkforge breastplate. That's a Shadow Knight only. It's SHD Shadow Knight, I think. Or is that? Yeah, that's Shadow Knight. So you got to look at this stuff, class and race. Make sure you can use it. Wraith Bone Hammer. 8 damage, 26 delay. Ivy Etched Bracer. 9 AC. And some of this stuff is costing a bunch of plat, and it doesn't even look that great. I think it's just how rare it is. And some slots are harder to fill than others, so there could be a slot that's super hard to fill that only has like 2 intelligence or 2 of some stat, but it costs a ton of plat because it's best in slot. And it's really hard to get. And if you want to have the min-maxed best stats, you have to have that thing. So it may look like something that isn't very good, but for some reason or another, it costs a lot. Depending on where you have to go to get it, what else is best in slot or not, or whatever. But it looks like the video is coming to an end. Please like, share, subscribe, consider joining. I don't know how these are going to do, these videos, but I'm going to keep doing them just to practice my capturing on the laptop for a while. So we'll probably play this game at least through December. We'll see how it goes. I'm looking at some ways to boost the viewership, but yeah. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.